தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறமையந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
It's my speaking pleasure to invite someone whose leadership and vision have been instrumental in shaping this international seminar. He has consistently demonstrated a commitment to excellence in the subject of MSMEs and development technology in general. And it's my speaking pleasure to invite someone whose leadership and vision have been instrumental in shaping this international seminar. He has consistently demonstrated a commitment to excellence in the subject of MSMEs and development technology in general. Department of Finance. It's my speaking pleasure to invite someone whose leadership and vision have been instrumental in shaping this international seminar. He has consistently demonstrated a commitment to excellence in the subject of MSMEs and development technology in general. Department of Finance. It's my speaking pleasure to invite someone whose leadership and vision have been instrumental in shaping this international seminar. He has consistently demonstrated a commitment to excellence in the subject of MSMEs and development technology in general. Department of Finance. It's my speaking pleasure to invite someone whose leadership and vision have been instrumental in shaping this international seminar. He has consistently demonstrated a commitment to excellence in the subject of MSMEs and development technology in general. Department of Finance. It's my speaking pleasure to invite someone whose leadership and vision have been instrumental in shaping this international seminar.
To begin with,
He has consistently demonstrated a commitment to excellence in the subject of MSMEs and development technology in general.
for whatever academic progress, for whatever academic endeavors we approach the management, they are asking, they are motivating, they are just giving a nod to go ahead with all kind of support, whatever they can do. Thereby here, I should thank the management first for motivating me to go ahead with this kind of a noble program. Thereby here, I should, in their absence here, should greet my salam and greetings to Janab Imtiaz Pasha Sahib, President, Dr. Ilyas Said Sahib, Honorary Secretary and Correspondent, Janab SMA Muhammad Salim Sahib, Treasurer. Assalamu alaikum all of you, and very good morning all of you sirs. And here, today's program is unique in character. It is unique in character in a sense that this is the first ICSSR sponsored international conference conducted by the PG and Research Department of Economics. And at the same time, this could be my last official international participation. And here, in this program, along with me, we have our honorable principals are here. We have respected Dr. B. Sudhakar Reddy sir, ICSSR Director. We have Dr. A.M. Mustafa, Dean Professor of Business Economics. Dr. M.A.C. Soumya Uma, Dr. Asraj, that is Dr. Professor Himachal Dasaraj Usad also are on the desk. Welcome you sirs. And today's program, I shall be presenting you in different three segments. The first segment is comprised, that is consisting of the introduction of the department, PG and Research Department. And this PG and Research Department of Economics was started in the year 1957. It is the pioneering department in the new college. And this PG and Research Department of Economics has to its credit 65 PhD. It has produced so far 65 PhDs. And at the same time, this PG and Research Department is, to its credit, is having an administrative achievements also. It is very much glaring here that we have amidst us the ex-principal Dr. Major Zahid Hussain sir. Welcome you sir here. A very big applause to sir. And along with sir was our principal of this college. And along with Dr. Major Zahid sir, we too have two more professors, Dr. S. Anwar sir, who was a deputy warden of this college. Dr. Fazlul Haq sir also was a deputy warden of this college. And this department is functioning with two shifts. First shift is functioning with nearly 270 students. Second shift is Business Economics department. It is functioning with nearly 300 students. And coming towards the other segment of the seminar, I have to speak about the concept of the topic, that is MSME. This MSME concept is a concept of a political economy, we can say. It is the dream of our central administration, dream of central government of India. This central administration first has proposed a concept called as an India we have to flourish. See that it is a VIKSIT Bharat. Thereby here, this VIKSIT Bharat has its origin with a new concept called as an three principles: demography, demand, digital India. This was the first proposal made by our Honorable Prime Minister. With that, making a success, once again, Prime Minister of India has initiated a program called as an Amrit Call program, in which he encouraged infrastructural development, investment in various segments of an Indian economy. Later on, now we are going ahead with a program called as an VIKSIT Bharat program 2047. And all these components are making Indian economy towards the compromission or achievement of a dream called as an Akhand Bharat program. That is the final target of this administration, central administration. Thereby, among all these concepts, MSME plays a crucial role. This MSME, how is that this is? This MSME, if you take into account, has its origin in the medieval economic thought. In this medieval economic thought, during 476 AD, there was a proposal for the development of small-scale industries, wherein the total control was made by the church, by the Bible, as well as the Aristotle philosophies. Later on, this was taken care by the development of mercantilism and this philosophy of industrial development with a concept of specialization, division of labor, taken care by the Adam Smith and the classical school of economic thought in the name of economic federalism, economic liberalization. Therefore, here, this concept further continued with the concepts of John Maynard Keynes' theory of employment, and from 1986, we are seeing a drift, we are seeing a shift in all the economics of the world. Thereby here, in 1986, we have a Nobel laureate by name James Buchanan. This James Buchanan very clearly, categorically has said that there will be a political system which will be functioning upon self-interest concept. Thereby here, this 1986 is followed by a crisis during 1991, 1997, which is recovered during 2007. Thereby here, after 2007, we are seeing the development of information economics. In this category, we are seeing the development and contribution of George Acker, Michael Spencer, Joseph Stiglitz. These are the people who have developed the theories of information economics. And finally, this has came for a flourishment during the contribution of Oliver Hart, who clearly has said that there will be public-private participation in all economic activities. This is what we are going to see now, and this PPP program will be making India India, a shining India, a VIKSIT Bharat and Akhanda Bharat. I hope, inshallah, this will be flourishing very soon. And along with this, now it is my time to introduce various delegates from Sri Lanka. I also particularly have to welcome Dr. Jalil sir from Sri Lanka. I hope sir also is present from Sri Lanka. I welcome the new college staff association office bearers. I welcome the team of ICSSR team here for this proceeding. I welcome the delegates. I welcome research scholars from all spheres of the various parts of Indian economy. I welcome all my students here for today's program. If I miss anyone here, for them also I welcome wholeheartedly. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you for the opportunity here. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. S. Karimullah Pasha, sir, for the inspiring and insightful welcome address. Your words have truly set the tone for what promises to be a remarkable and thought-provoking seminar. We are grateful for your leadership, dedication, and continued support in advancing the Department of Economics, and we appreciate your commitment to making this seminar a success. Once again, thank you for your valuable contribution, sir, and for officially opening this seminar with such warmth and wisdom. It's now my distinct pleasure to invite an individual whose unwavering commitment to academic excellence and holistic development has played a fundamental role in the success of this institution. As the principal of the college, Dr. M. Asrar Sharif has continually fostered a dynamic and supportive environment for both faculty and students, driving progress and innovation across all areas of academic and extracurricular life. Under his able leadership, the new college has flourished as a hub for intellectual growth, and Dr. M. Asrar Sharif's vision continues to inspire the entire academic community, who will now provide us with the introductory remarks for this prestigious international seminar. Please, sir.
Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning to one and all. As the principal of New College, it is my pleasure, privilege as well as honor to welcome you all to this two-day international seminar on achievements, challenges and revitalization opportunities for micro, small and medium enterprises sector in Vision VIKSIT Bharat at 2047. Sponsored by the Indian Council of Social Science Research and organized by the Department of Economics, the new college. Esteemed Dr. Sudhakar Reddy Sir, Director, ICSSR, Southern Regional Center, Hyderabad, Professor Himachalam Dasaraju, Commonwealth Visiting Fellow, United Kingdom, co-founder, Global Association for MSMEs and SDGs Research in Developing Countries from Indonesia, Professor Dr. Mustafa, Dean, Professor in Business Economics, Southeastern University of Sri Lanka, Professor Salfia Umar, Head and Professor in Business Studies, Department of Management, Southeastern University, Sri Lanka, Dr. Karimullah Pasha, Associate Professor and Head, Department of Economics, and Dean, School of Humanities and Social Sciences, Dr. Abdul Jamal, Seminar Convener and Organizing Secretary, Associate Professor, PG and Research, Department of Economics, the New College, Dr. Fakir Ismail, co-convener, delegates from various countries, institutions, invitees, research scholars, and ladies and gentlemen, all those who are present here for this international seminar. It is once again my pleasure to welcome you all. As you are all aware, VIKSIT Bharat or Develop India is the Indian government's vision to transform the nation in its centenary year 2047. This multifaceted vision encompasses economic, social, environmental, and governance development, aiming to create a modern, prosperous, and green India. MSMEs are dynamic entities contributing significantly to India's GDP, foreign exchange, exports, and employment generation. They contribute a significant nearly 30% to India's GDP, according to the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation 2022 data, and around 40% to the total manufacturing output and around 45% of India's total exports for the financial year 2023-24. This translates to nearly $200 billion of exports in 2022-23. They also contribute a wide range of over 8,000 plus products and goods to the international market and generate large employment, more than 11 crores, and also help in regional development, inclusive growth, and opportunities for women entrepreneurs and underprivileged. They are also innovation hubs and alleviate poverty. They contribute nearly 40%, that is states like Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, and Uttar Pradesh. MSMEs also contribute significantly to sectors like textiles, food processing, engineering, and chemicals. The Government of India, having recognized their potential and importance, has been implementing various measures, and to support MSMEs, a number of policies and schemes are there on the anvil, which will be discussed in this seminar. In spite of all the various advantages and significance, and MSMEs being critical in also attaining the UN Sustainable Development Goals, there are a number of challenges, like the lack of adequate access to finance, delayed payments, limited skilled workforce, limited branding and outreach, and infrastructural constraints. The way forward is to go in for physical and virtual MSMEs as innovation hubs, leverage technology, particularly artificial intelligence, to develop MSME-powered mentorship programs, embrace digital transformation, and foster sustainable entrepreneurship. It is hoped that this seminar would help in coming out with various policies. The reason is we have a number of policy makers, MSME professionals and entrepreneurs, academicians and researchers who are present here to share and discuss their knowledge and ideas to help MSMEs take advantage of various emerging business trends. I am sure that over the next 2 days, this international conference would help in coming out with various policies, various suggestions, and that will pave the way for helping in the MSME sector in enhancing its contribution to the development of India's economy further. I would like to compliment and appreciate the excellent work that is being done by the PG and Research Department of Economics, particularly the faculty members, and all the effort, the painstaking effort, the coordination that is done for the success of this international seminar by the organizing secretary, Dr. Jamal, and his team in achieving what this important international seminar has as its objectives about MSMEs. Thank you and all the best.
Thank you, Principal Sir, for those wonderful, inspiring remarks. Your words have truly set the stage for this important seminar and have reminded us all of the vital role that education and leadership play in shaping the future of the nation. We are grateful for your continued dedication to fostering a culture of excellence and innovation at the new college. Once again, thank you for your invaluable contribution in opening this seminar and for the warm welcome you have extended to all of us today. It's now my great honor to invite Dr. M. Abdul Jamal, Associate Professor of Economics, the new college and a key figure in the organization of this seminar and a convener for the same, to provide us an in-depth introduction to the significance and objectives of this prestigious international seminar. Dr. Jamal's expertise and dedication to the economic concepts have been instrumental in bringing together experts and thought leaders from the world to engage in meaningful discussions. We are fortunate to have him with us today to guide us through the vision and purpose of the seminar. Dr. Jamal, for these words.
Respectable Honorable Management in absentia, Dr. M. Sharif, the Principal of the College, Chennai, Vice Principals, Deans of Research, Director of IQAC, NCSA, Coordinator for IPAC, former head of the departments, Dr. Zagir sir, Dr. Abdul Shukul sir, and today's chief guest, Dr. P. Sudhakar Reddy, Director Indian Council of Social Sciences, Minister of Education, Government of India, Dr. Professor A.M. Mustafa, Dean Professor in Business Economics, Southeastern University of Sri Lanka, Professor A.M.E. Selfium, Aide and Professor in Business Studies, Department of Management, Faculty of Management and Commerce, Southeastern University of Sri Lanka, Professor Himachal Dasaru, co-founder, Global Association for MSME and SDG in Developing Countries, Dr. S. Karimullah Basha, Associate Professor, and Dr. A. Abdul Rahim, Associate Professor, Dr. M. Fakir Ismail, co-convener of this international seminar, officials, office bearers of NCSA, resource persons of plenary sessions, keynote speakers, technical session chairs, co-chairs, rapporteurs, discussants, professors, and my dear colleagues, scholars, and dear students from various institutions across the country, and especially officials from the delegates of Southeast University of Sri Lanka. I welcome you all with my bottom of my heart to this Indian Council of Social Science Research, Ministry of Education, Government of India, sponsored two-day international seminar on achievements, challenges and evaluation opportunities for micro, small, medium enterprises sector in Vision VIKSIT BHARAT 2047. I'm honored and feel proud in this occasion to introduce about the international seminar. The Vision VIKSIT BHARAT 2047 schemes intends to make India a developed country by 2047, which will be the country's 100th year of independence. VIKSIT BHARAT 2047 aims to empower citizens and foster sustainable development, concentrating on equitable growth, innovative solutions, and inclusive policies. VIKSIT BHARAT 2047 wants to make India an economic superpower by promoting long-term economic growth through programs like entrepreneurship, skill development, and job creation by encouraging investment in key areas to boost economic growth and lower unemployment rates. Over the past 7 decades of Indian economy, MSME has grown to become one of the most important parts of the Indian economy. This industry is a big part of country's social and economic growth. This area has become very important in India because it helps the country's GDP as well as its exports. The sector has also made a huge difference in growth in business, especially in India, semi-urban areas and rural areas. Today, the sector makes a lot of different things, from the simple consumer to complex high-precision finished goods, as well as the making drugs and pharmaceuticals. It has become a major supplier of goods for everyday use. MSME need to stay globally competitive in order to keep their place in international and global markets. They have to keep learning a new things to deal with the problems that come up because of things like new markets, changes in technology and changes in consumer needs. MSME businesses works well with the big businesses as support units, and this sector makes a huge difference in countries' social and economic growth. The international seminar theme, Achievements, Challenges and Revitalization Opportunities of MSME Sector in Vision VIKSIT BHARAT 2047, provides a unique and timely platform for scholars and researchers to leverage their expertise and innovation to benefit society. The seminar provides an essential platform for submission and discussion of research relevant to the regional, national, international development, particularly in the light of India's current economic circumstances. This international seminar received 18 eminent speakers from abroad and 10 invited speakers from reputed institutions in India. We have received insightful papers from various academicians, research scholars and students from all over India and the globe. This abstract book, which we are going to release within 5 to 10 minutes, comes a souvenir reflecting on various sub-themes of the international seminar like changes and opportunities of India MSME, unlocking manufacturing for micro, small, medium enterprises, linkage between globalization, MSME in India and global markets, international global markets, and performance of MSME in developing countries, role and key challenges of startups and fintech to finance MSMEs in India and developing countries, socio-economic conditions and problems of India, problems of labor workers' participation in MSME, education and skill development. MSME and Industry 5.0, MSc and Sustainable Development Goals and Sustainability in the MSME sector. I am confident that this completion threw light on dynamism of micro, small, medium enterprises achieving the vision VIKSIT BHARAT at 2047. So the main aim of the international seminar is to talk about the chances and problems that MSME sector face, as well as the different ways that the vision VIKSIT BHARAT at 2047 could be accomplished. Today's international seminar will cover the main objectives and key components of MSME, like to address the challenges and opportunities of micro, small, medium enterprises in India and global markets, to facilitate the MSME to become internationally competitive through the various schemes and programs, to disclose dynamics of labor workforce participation in MSME, to promote the designation of information on the development of MSME and their constraints and their related aspect of developing countries, to evolve the planning and development way forward of the MSME for achieving VIKSIT BHARAT 2047. With this small note, I encourage all of you to actively participate, ask questions and share your thoughts as we explore how MSME is shaping the future of industrial sector in India as well as the globe. Thank you for being here, and I look forward an engaging and insightful session. Thank you, Nandar.
Thank you, Dr. Abdul Jamal, for the enlightening and comprehensive introduction to the seminar. Your words have provided us with a clear understanding of the significance of this event and the tremendous impact it will have on our shared goal in developed India. We truly appreciate the effort and dedication you have put into organizing this seminar, and we look forward to the engaging discussions that lie ahead. Once again, thank you for your valuable introduction about the international seminar. Now it's our time to show our deep respect and affection to our icons and chief guests. Yes, it's time for felicitation. Now we honor dignitaries and release the abstract book on souvenir. Now I request our beloved Principal Sir to honor our chief guest, Dr. V. Sudhakar Reddy, Director, ICSSR, Southern Regional Center, Hyderabad, India, with a shawl and memento. Thank you, sir. Next, I request our Head of the Department of Economics to honor Professor Himachalam Desaraju, Commonwealth Visiting Fellow, United Kingdom, co-founder, Global Association for MSMEs and SDGs, Research in Developing Countries, Indonesia, with a shawl and mantle. Next, I request Dr. A. Abdul Rahim, Associate Professor of Economics, Coordinator, Shift 2, to honor our principal with a shawl and memento. Thank you, sir. Next, I request Dr. M. Abdul Jamal, convener of this seminar, to honor Professor Dr. A. M. M. Mustafa, Dean, Professor in Business Economics, South Eastern University of Sri Lanka, with a shawl and memento. Thank you, sir. Next, I request Dr. M. Fakir Ismail, co-convener of the seminar, to honor Professor Dr. M.A.C. Salfia Uma, Head Professor in Business Studies, Department of Management, Faculty of Management and Commerce, South Eastern University of Sri Lanka, with a shawl and memento. Thank you, sir. Now I request our beloved principal to honor the head of the department, Dr. S. Karimullah Basha, with a shawl and memento. Thank you, sir. Next, I request our beloved principal to honor Dr. A. Abdul Rahim, Associate Professor of Economics, Coordinator, Shift 2, with a shawl and memento. Thank you, sir. It's our tradition to honor our retired professors. For that, now I request our beloved principal, sir, to honor Dr. Major Zahid Hussain, sir, former principal, former head, Department of Economics, Delhi College, Chennai. Thank you, sir. Now I request our beloved head of the department, Dr. S. Karimullah Basha, to honor our retired professor, Dr. Abdul Shakur. Thank you, sir. Now I request on behalf of our department, our beloved principal sir, to honor the convener of this seminar, Dr. Inaugural Jamal sir, with a shout. Thank you, sir. Now I request our beloved principal sir to honor Dr. Fakir Ismail, co-convener of this seminar. Thank you, sir. Now it's time to release the abstract book come souvenir of this seminar. I request all the dignitaries to receive a copy of the souvenir. Thank you very much, sir. Please be seated. It's now my great honor to invite Dr. B. Sudhakar Reddy, the Director of the ICSSR, Southern Regional Center, Hyderabad, to deliver the inaugural address for this esteemed international seminar. Dr. Reddy's vast expertise and leadership in the field of social sciences have greatly contributed to the advancement of research and knowledge. His guidance continues to inspire scholars, researchers, and students alike. He is a very humble and down-to-earth person from a personal experience. Now I call upon Dr. B. Sudhakar Reddy to deliver the inaugural address of this international seminar. Please, sir.
Very good morning to all. Respected dignitaries on the dais, particularly the Sri Lankan, Northeastern Sri Lankan delegates, research scholars, students. Indeed, it's a great privilege to attend this international seminar on MSMEs. In fact, Dr. Abdul Jamal has been persuading for a long time for this conference. He has been in constant touch, of course, in support of the department and principal. This international conference. Yeah, I just came to know about this institution. It's a Diamond Jubilee institution. It's long-standing, more than 75 years old, with 400 faculty members. And in economics itself, there are about 13 faculty members with quite a good number of PhD holders. Really, institutions doing excellent in academic front. As I come from ICSSR, some of you must be knowing about ICSSR. It's apex organization in promoting social science research. It has got 5 regional institutions. Southern Regional Center is one among them, which needs research needs of Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, and Pondicherry. It almost covers mini India because the southern part is very, very vibrant in getting projects, conducting seminars, workshops. So from one academic year we have given almost 16 special calls, one general call on major minor research project. And recently also we have given on tribals, which is ending on 20th. It's a 35 lakhs major projects being given a call. But out of these 17 calls, every time we received around 6,000 projects and granted 500 projects, but not received from this institution any project from this. Because so 400 is a big number. And Southern Regional Center also, we have not received much applications from the center. So the principal is here and very dynamic, the head of the department is here. And you have got very vibrant qualitative, internal qualitative assessment cell that has to just log in into website every time and take a notification and sensitize your faculty members to apply projects. Unless you apply projects, unless you publish any qualitative scopus in the journals, institution will not be known outside the world. So your outreach will enhance your perceptions about the institution. So therefore, you have to be very, very proactive in applying projects. Definitely you will get projects, and like this conferences, once in a 2-3 different departments are there, they can apply for the conferences. Even Southern region itself will advance, will support for conferences, workshops, faculty development programs, research methodology courses, short-term projects. So even if you log in into ICSSR SRC website also, there is a list of the activities which we promote is available. And majority of the programs, there is no last date, it's a roll-on. Throughout the year, anytime you can apply. Only special calls, we have a time frame, we have a cut-off date. But these workshops, faculty programs, research methodology courses, conferences, seminars, it's roll-on. Anytime you can apply. Throughout the year, anytime you can apply, and you will get it definitely. So now, a vibrant institution with a diamond jewel institution has to come forward and apply. Definitely you will get support from ICSSR. Still I am there. As long as I am there, this institution will get a lot of funds from our institution. Now UGC is not giving projects. That has been diverted towards ICSSR. Now ICSSR funding has a quantum jump taken place in ICSSR. So therefore, take advantage of it and apply it. If even you are given one call with a special call, that's a longitudinal project, 2 course projects for the social sciences. So 2 course projects also we have granted 200 projects, 2 course projects. So if one 2 course project is getting an institution, definitely your infrastructure of the department will increase, the faculty members elevates, and everything, even the NRF ranking, in NAC ranking, it's nothing like it. You do wonders. So therefore, I request the management to take proactive steps to strengthen. Because it should not be just confined to only teaching. Now the teaching, the syllabus remains almost constant over the years. There is no challenging in teaching nowadays. Because with the AI tools have come, if you want to make a PowerPoint on any topic, in seconds you can make a PowerPoint. Any topic. Just name the topic, give the topic, it will make beautiful PowerPoints. Or if you have a content, it will make PowerPoints within few minutes, you can make PowerPoint. Earlier, only teacher is the source of information for the students. Now they've got multiple sources of information for the student. Now students are much more empowered and advanced. And before you are able to explain the topic, they are already studied the topic with the latest information. So whatever you teach, they may not be so relevant now. Now you have to change your teaching methodology also. What is relevant you have to teach now, not the test content, what is relevant in the content. So therefore, you need to now focus more on research also. It should not remain a Diamond Jubilee college only on teaching. It has to focus on research component. That is most important. That's Indian universities that is missing. Universities also have become only teaching universities. So therefore, focus on research output. When you focus on research, you are not only just transmitting knowledge, you are also going to generate knowledge. So as a teacher of degree and it's a advanced research institute, you need to generate knowledge. When you generate knowledge, that will become useful for the society. And you got, in the introduction, you were talking about around 250 PhDs have been awarded. There are programs for PhD scholars also, doctoral fellowships available. Every year we give a call for doctoral fellowships. And those who have completed also, we have got a postdoctoral fellowships. So you can just nothing but this one synopsis copy and just your registration letter. That will do, that's all. And 2 years they get a fellowship. And any student is intended to collect the data from various other states. Also ICSSR supports. Any teacher intended to present international seminar in other countries also supported by ICSSR. There are big list of programs which are available from ICSSR, and you have to be very proactive in applying and getting these programs. Definitely it will be good support in academic research, because the social science research is not comparable international standards with regard to science. So therefore, in order to enhance the quality of the research and quality of the output, so ICSSR has been in the forefront in advancing projects, advancing research methodology courses, because whenever we receive applications for each call, while evaluating, we find the biggest problem is research methodology. Simply the project principal investigator, they write, what's the methodology? I use SPSS, I use GVU, I use some softwares. But what do you use? Whether you intend to use qualitative methods or quantitative methods or mixed methods or ethnography, what you need to specifically, you have to mention the topic. So therefore, they write simply SPSS and they in ICSSR, we are not getting projects. How do you get? Because the very methodology, the core methodology missing in your project, simply writing a software name SPSS. If you write software name, how do we understand that? How are you going to capture information? How are you going to analyze? How are you going to generalize? That is missing in the most of the projects. Therefore, be specific what you intend to do. The methodology part. So if methodology is strong, definitely you will get a project. So as far as this seminar is concerned, anyway our Dr. M.A. Mustafa is there to deliver keynote address, who will speak in depth of this topic. I just cover just peripherally what is this international conference on MSMEs and achieving VIKSIT BHARAT. Other speakers also spoke about VIKSIT BHARAT at 2047 when Prime Minister of India announced in 2023 VIKSIT BHARAT at 2047. It has become a conversational word. It's a buzzword in every conversation, academic discussions, academic discourses, all talking about VIKSIT BHARAT 2047. So this VIKSIT BHARAT 2047 encapsulates not only just achieving GDP growth rate, it aims to achieve economic prosperity. Of course, undercurrent is we need to achieve 30 trillion economy by 2047. By 2047, we have been attaining 100 years of independence. In the 100 years of independence, The estimates are there, if GDP growth rate around 7 to 8%, so we will be achieving this 30 trillion economy by 2047. We will reach the developed nation status. But doubts have been raised by economists and policymakers regarding can we reach 2047 30 trillion economy. Now where we stand now, though we call in terms of GDP the fifth largest economy. So I also welcome our Sir Ravindra Rana, my friend, who has come from all the way. Thank you. So in terms of GDP is the fifth largest economy. In terms of purchasing power parity is the third largest economy. But look at other flip side of this. What is the flip side of this? Is look at the per capita income. In terms of per capita income is 144th country. And out of 217 countries, 144 ranked for per capita income. Even if you take purchasing power parity, also per capita income is 122 ranked out of 217 countries. So when this 144th rank becomes, when we reach a developed one. So what is needed now? What is needed for the So when you look at the structural transformation of economy, in the structural transformation economy, the industrial sector almost remains stagnant for 35% of its GDP. It's not, so as economy develops, higher echelons of the development, a study should take place from primary agriculture to industry to service sector. Unfortunately, Indian context is a paradoxical situation because agriculture remains still 45% of the population. We are going for still depending on agriculture, but its contribution only 15%. Means one person is not contributing equal to 1%. So there is a productivity in agriculture is very less, but employment front very marginal deployment in employment. So unless a shift takes place from agriculture to industry, there is a 30% gap is there between agriculture. If a shift takes place, then at least 10% to agriculture to industry, that to manufacturing sector, it is possible to achieve VIKSIT BHARAT, a developed nation by 2047. That is the only core area which. So therefore, ICSSR has come forward to give the support the conferences on like MSMEs. Now MSMEs is a very vibrant in economy. As some of the speakers said, it's contributing to the 30% of the GDP, 45% of employment, 40% of exports. There are so many vital statistics. It is also encouraging innovation and regional dispersion also. There's the big issues are there with the sector. It is accessibility and its innovation, it's a digital divide. It's not correlated to the MSME sectors. MSME sector still is not able to make a big deal with regard. So therefore, seminars like this on MSME sector, what are the key challenges? What are the opportunities? How this MSME sector can contribute effectively to make India globally competitive. So one of the objectives of VIKSIT was also globally respected. When we are globally respected, unless we achieve a 30 trillion economy, of course the CEO of the economic advisor Subramanian, by applying rule of 72, he said we will reach $55 trillion by 2047. The rule of 72 is there. Just Google it, what is rule of 72. It will give you all illustrations how we reach. Every 6 years it gets double income, 6 years double. So he has arrived almost 55 trillion economy. If that is the truth, he has also calculated inflation and also growth rates. Then he has fairly estimated that 50 trillion economy. His recent book, that is Any Vision of of VIKSIT Bharat by 2047, which is very recently published. One can go through it and understand what are the implications of the different sectors, how we can achieve a developed nation status. So therefore, I am very confident. International friends are here, international delegates are here, research scholars are here. They would go into detail, in depth in analyzing its potentials and revitalizing, as the rightly mentioned, its potential, its opportunities to achieve a VIKSIT Bharat at 2047. So I am confident some brainstorming discussion would emerge and groundbreaking insights will come forward. In fact, ICSSR is just not only just giving funds, it is also acts as advice to the government of India. We are looking at what qualitative inputs we are going to offer out of this seminar. So most of the seminars, our experience is that making as an event. So seminars, not for the sake of event, not for the sake of relationship management, it has to actually deliver the key inputs which will help government and policymakers in understanding, in achieving VIKSIT Bharat 2047. With these few observations, I once again thank you all for giving this opportunity. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, Amit sir. Dr. B. Sudhakar Reddy sir, we sincerely appreciate your insightful and inspiring inaugural address. Your words have not only highlighted the importance of this gathering, but have also encouraged all of us to reflect on the impact we can make in our respective fields like teaching and research. Your valuable perspectives have undoubtedly set a strong foundation for the discussion ahead. Thank you once again, sir, for your distinguished contribution and for officially launching this seminar with such a depth and clarity. Next, it's now my great honor to invite Professor Himachalam Desaraju, a distinguished scholar and expert in the topic of MSME, to deliver his special address at this international seminar. Please, sir.
Respected President of today's event, Janab Ayaz Sahib, respected Principal of this college, Ashraf Sharaf, Karimullah Basha, Head of the Department, Convener of this conference, Abdul Jamal, Professor Sudhakar Reddy, Director, ICSSR Southern Region, and other co-speakers, A.M. Mustafa and Selfie Amma and Abdul Rahman, and my dear delegates from various countries, Sri Lanka and other parts of the world, and my dear senior friends, alumni of this department, and former principals. I told already, old is gold. And my dear friend Ravindra Rena, who came all the way from South Africa, and he is always moving around, addressing the gathering. Very excellent speaker, and other senior faculty members, faculty of this department and this college, dear scholars, my dear young and dynamic student friends, good morning all of you. It is a great privilege to associate in this very important conference, international conference. At the outset, I am appreciating and extending my warm regards for the institution, more so principal and other main core of the committee, Abdul Jamal as a as a coordinator of this conference for choosing a right topic. It is a right topic in the sense that nowadays MSMEs has been given top priority by the United Nations because of its inclusiveness, because of its contributions, indispensable contributions to the economy, not only India, other parts of the country, other parts of the globe. You know very well, MSCs are playing a greater role for the promotion, strengthen and fostering the economy of various countries by way of generating huge employment and contributing to the exchequer in the form of exports and generating income to various countries where they are working. You know very well, my dear friends, MSMEs has came into existence when Government of India has initiated giving you all the bottlenecks that has been facing by small-scale sector, the then small-scale industries. Earlier, since dawn of independence to our country, even before that, small-scale sector we used to call as SSIs are contributed a lot for the development of economy, at the same time for reducing imbalance, regional imbalance rather. As these small-scale sectors can comfortably establish in any areas without any much infrastructure and support, they can go and start with the minimal investment and locally available resources and human resources as well as material resources. That's why the associated developments are taking place, roads and warehouses and banking services and so on and so forth. That is the way by which we have to develop the entire nook and corners of the country evenly. That was the concept after dawn of independence we had for the promotion of industrialization or industries in our country. But later on, my dear friends, those who worked earlier, then this economic reforms initiated in 1991. All of you know very much that a lot of research has been taken place in this particular area by the researchers, by the institutions, by the government of India, and the total conclusion was the most of the SSIs are in moribund state due to various reasons, maybe lack of finance, lack of marketing, lack of managerial support, and lack of the required raw materials, and so on and so forth. These are the various reasons. And keeping in view all these developments, for the purpose of promoting this kind of segment which is contributing more for the economic development as well as bringing balance between regional imbalances rather. Government of India has enacted one act in 2006. All of you might have known that. In order to give comprehensive policy support for the development of SSIs, and that act is called as MSMEs Development Act. This was enacted in 2006. Later, some more amendments have came up in 2014, 2018, and 2020, and they have defined the small-scale sector. MSMEs in a different way, keeping in view this investment as well as turnover. And even in the present budget, also they emphasized more on covering more and more scope for the MSMEs for their development, and that budgetary provisions are also fueling further growth in MSME sector. This is the clear picture why MSMEs has been emerged in our country, apart from other countries, because each and every country is having its own history with regard to MSMEs. Some countries we are calling it as MSMEs, some countries are in European countries, they are calling it as SMEs, and they defined accordingly the medium, small, micro, small, medium enterprises. And if you look at various developments and also problems that are being faced by the MSMEs, there is no uniformity in terms of the problems. This may be variations in the resources and the finances and the technical skills and abilities of the management of various countries. If you focus our attention in the Indian context, we are also having some bottlenecks with regard to the MSMEs, but at the same time, our progress is considerably growing from year to year since 2006. So even in the present budget also, the government of India has taken special care in order to promote the MSMEs. Why? Because MSMEs are having the indispensable contributions to the economy. At the same time, they are generating more employment opportunities. So they are giving employment to the more than 90% of the total employment, and to the GDP more than 45% as of today. And likewise, their contribution is not negligible. Their contribution is worth enough to keep in mind while bringing any changes in the policies and other things rather. Keeping all this in mind, the United Nations has given top priority to the MSMEs and make it part of the mission of achieving sustainable development goals by 2030. That is the reason why the United have made an announcement very recently in 2017 to consider 27th of June of every year as International Day for MSMEs. On that day we are organizing International MSMEs Day to review its progress, their contributions and their problems, and we can take the policy decisions how best we can support the MSMEs for further strengthening it. In order to foster these MSMEs, it requires a lot of support from the government itself. And I have no doubt that the government of India is changing its policy from time to time, and even this budget also, I told you already, given special focus for the development of MSMEs, as this segment is contributing much more for the development of our Indian economy. Here in this aspect, we should not take it consider always that as it is contributing much more or equally considerable amount of income as well as employment opportunities for the people of India, it is also having some kind of limitations. These limitations may be related to finance in the beginning, starting from reviewing the progress of MSME, SSIs and other things rather. Nowadays, because of advancement, why? Because I don't want to touch upon all this, and Jamal already told don't take more than 15 minutes because keynote speakers are there, and Director Sudhakar Reddy garu already given some inputs related to MSMEs. So nowadays, if you look at various changes, the change is inevitable. Change is essential for the development of any country. We are observing for the last 1 decade that lot of transformation is taking place in the technology side. Lot of emerging technologies are coming up, like artificial intelligence, machine learning, and IoT, blockchain technology, and so on and so forth. These technologies are also associating with the MSMEs rather. So nowadays, you know very well, very recently, 11th of this month, we had Paris AI Summit. Our Prime Minister also attended and they discussed a lot of things and the pros and cons and the developmental aspects and the promotion measures and safeguarding the AI tools and other things, and they made a special effort for that in order to bring it into a policy framework in order to strengthen the AI base in India. So in this aspect, if you look at the digitalization aspect since 2015, lot of transactions are being taking place in technology supported payment system, payment mechanism. Maybe in the banks, fintech, it won't come under this purview. And if you consider various micro industries and in the overall MSME sector, more than 90% are micro enterprises, small enterprises with less than 2 lakhs, and that has been enhanced to 2.5 lakhs in this budget. So here, the kind of technology which we are going to touch to the micro enterprises. So artificial intelligence tools are also coming apart from other payment mechanism. And if you move around on the main roads, even coconut shop wala and also cool drink shop wala also are having some kind of the QR code and we can make payment. But here the question is whether that person is having that much of knowledge in that area. No, not at all. Simply, he is receiving the money, he is fixing the QR code in a coconut, and if you are buying something and we are swiping and we are making payment, at the end of the day, he doesn't have that much of knowledge to check how many coconuts we have sold and what is the income and how much profit and how. So that is a major issue rather. Here what we need to bring some kind of awareness apart from all policy support and whatever the financial support we are extending for the micro, small and medium enterprises. Apart from all these, we have to bring some kind of awareness among micro enterprises, more so micro enterprises, micro entrepreneurs rather. So for this purpose, I am humbly requesting the students, why don't you take that responsibility, just like awareness camp, go to the shop, small shop wallas, and bring some kind of awareness, how this UPI mechanism is working, how the payments are coming and going, how we have to say, prepare a statement, and how we can understand. Sometimes there will be some kind of mismatch between number of coconuts they sold and also amount we received. At least some kind of understanding they should have. So this we can call it as the digital financial literacy. We have to bring digital financial literacy. As we are observing, not simply financial inclusion, we are focusing on not financial inclusion, we are focusing on digital financial inclusion. Why? Because these MSMEs are the inclusiveness in terms of supporting the entire segments of the economy. So that is the responsibility. Your head of the department, our principal can direct the students, have some groups, have some the fixed day, go to the streets and encourage them and educate them on those lines so that they can have some kind of awareness. And another important point I want to make it clear that the students should not always think that we have to attend the class and learn something and write something and going out. Apart from this, we should have some kind of social service, and in that aspect, why? Because we are having 3 components in any college or any department, that is the teaching, research and also extensive services rather. So in this category, they can adopt this this one, not only related to this, say, consumer awareness. You can bring consumer awareness. So what kind of rights we are having as a consumers, and what kind of measures we have to take, and how to mitigate, how to minimize the frauds that are going on in the market. Likewise, students can have this kind of study so that the micro enterprises can get lot of benefit. Another important thing I want to make it clear here, the educational institutions are also should focus their attention not only transforming the students into employable students. We have to say focus our attention on making them as an entrepreneurs. How long we can produce job seekers? We have to produce job providers, that is entrepreneurs rather. So that kind of concept we have to keep in mind, and we have to go ahead by adopting some kind of this social service programs now and then, at least monthly once. If it's not possible, weekly or fortnightly, we can have this program monthly once, and we can go to, so we can have just like a practical, this one, we can ask the students where you go, and what kind of data you collected, and how you educated the small micro entrepreneurs and other things there. So these are all the few remarks I want to make it clear. So Jamal already given a note. I told him I need more than 1 hour, but he told me that he need only 15 minutes. But anyhow, so via media, so I will complete it rather. So if you consider the various aspects related to this one, so usually you can come across some kind of the bottlenecks. I told you earlier SSIs are facing the financial crimes, financial problems. The finance is the major problem. Whenever you touch upon various the research works or reports being generated earlier, we can find that finance is a major problem. Now, technology and understanding of the technology and adopting the new technology is a big problem. So how this micro entrepreneur can adopt new technology, that is artificial intelligence. I also published 2 or 3 articles on AI adoption by MSMEs and the issues and global challenges, and wherein I touched upon all this without having clear understanding about artificial intelligence, so they can't succeed, they can't move forward. So we have to create some kind of awareness and other things rather. And another important aspect is always we should focus on the inclusive growth, inclusive development. So whatever the growth and development we are having is not inclusive, exclusive rather. That's why these MSMEs are playing a crucial role in order to have the inclusiveness and in order to provide major employment opportunities. Very recently, ICSSR, International Council for Small Business, ICSB, Small Business, also submitted a report saying that each and every year MSMEs should focus on a particular theme and particular the areas. Likewise, ILO has also commented that MSMEs are going to lead the entire this one, because this is the backbone of any country, not only irrespective of the stage of development, not only developing, developed and underdeveloped countries. For each and every country, MSMEs are the backbone, and it will play the crucial role, so that we have to say protect them, we have to nurture them, we have to say strengthen, but with the policy support and other things rather. So these MSMEs, why UN has given top priority in order to achieve the sustainable development goals. So how many sustainable development goals we are having? 17 sustainable development goals we are having. The target is by the end of 2030. It was initiated in 2015, and within 15 years they are struggling like anything rather. If you go through the sustainable development goals, starting from the poverty elevation, ending with good environmental conditions. In which it will cover all: good education, healthy environment, good water, sanitation, whatnot, each and everything will be starting from this poverty elevation to the good environment rather. So these 17 goals are for the purpose of well-being of the global people. That's why our country is also part of this mission, and we are also focusing our attention how best we can do in order to achieve all these 17 sustainable development goals. I hope that in the same, the mission and the same, the tempo is continued by focusing more attention not only on MSMEs and other segments also. Hopefully India is going to achieve not by the end of 30, maybe 2035. So with these few remarks, I am thanking once again the new college, also the convener of this conference and other faculty members, and all the delegates for having given patience listening. Thank you very much. So, ellarku vanakkam, namaskar.
Thank you, Professor Himachalam Desaraju, for the enlightening and thought-provoking special address. Your insights have greatly enriched our seminar, providing us with a deeper understanding of MSME and inspiring us to explore new perspectives. We truly appreciate the time and the effort you have taken to share your expertise today. Once again, thank you for your valuable contribution to the success of this event, sir. It's now my great honor to invite our keynote speaker, Professor Dr. A.M.M. Mustafa, to deliver the keynote address at this esteemed international seminar. Professor Dr. Mustafa is a renowned expert in business economics, and his contributions to MSME have made a profound impact both nationally and internationally. His work has inspired countless individuals, and we are privileged to have him with us today to share his insights on the theme of today's seminar. Professor Dr. Mustafa, the floor is yours, please.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning to you all. I extend my warm greeting to the Dr. M. Ashar Sharif, Principal of the New College, Dr. S. Karimullah Basa, Associate Professor, Head of the Department of Economics, my best friend, Dr. Abdul Jamal, Seminar Convener and Organizing Secretary, Associate Professor, Postgraduate Department of Economics, Dr. S. Sudhakar Reddy, Director, Regional Center Hyderabad, ICSSR Regional Center, Hyderabad, India. Dr. K. Sudarkodi, Regional Joint Director of Education, Government of Tamil Nadu. Professor Himachalam Nesraj, Commonwealth Visiting Fellow. Professor Dr. A.P.C. Salfia Amma, Head of the Department of Management, Southeastern University of Sri Lanka. And Dr. A. Abdul Rahim, Associate Professor, Coordinator, Department of Business Economics, the New College of and Chairman, Treasurer, Principal, Vice President, Speakers, Chairperson, Senior Professors, Organizing Coordinators, Organizing Committee Members, Reviewers, Chairperson, Paper Presenters, Policy Makers, Media Personnel, and all distinguished guests. And I also sincere thanks the Organizing Committee for giving the fantastic opportunity to deliver the inaugural keynote address at this esteemed international seminar. It's my privilege to be here today to address you at this international seminar, which will focus on the achievement, challenges and revitalization opportunities for the MSMEs sector under the vision of VIKSIT BHARAT at 2047. Since the conference theme is revitalization opportunities for the MSME sector under the vision of VIKSIT BHARAT at 2047, I would like to take this opportunity to discuss the MSME's development roadmap navigating Industry 5.0 for VIKSIT BHARAT at 2047. Already mentioned here, Dr. connect with MSME and industry sector. Today we will discuss about these subtopics. These are the topics. In a fast world, it is indeed a timely topic for discuss among students, academics, researchers, policymakers, and other industry experts. Let me begin with some background information about the VIKSIT BHARAT at 2047. India Vision for 2047 term VIKSIT BHARAT aim to transform the nation into developed country by this century year of independence. This ambitious goals includes economic prosperity, social advancement, environmental sustainability and effective governance. Serving the backbone of the Indian economy, MSMEs play an important role in this transformation. This presentation will outline how MSMEs can thrive in the era of Industry 5.0 through innovation, inclusive growth and sustainability. Let's turn our attention to the MSME sector. In India, the key stakeholder today theme. The MSME sector is crucial to Indian economy, contributing 30% of GDP in 2024. Despite its significant impact, the MSMEs face challenges such as access to credit, technology barriers and infrastructure deficit. Addressing these challenges is essential for realizing VIKSIT BHARAT vision at 2047. Let's look into some statistical fact of the MSME sector in India. According to this graph, please consider the audience clearly. I mentioned here the MSME contribution in India reached 34.5% in 2018 and 19, leveling 2019 and 20. 2019 and 20, and then it decreases. Sorry. And then decreases 27.3% in 2021, and then that reason is the COVID-19 pandemic and economic crisis, and then recovered slightly by 30.1% in 2020 and 23. 2020 and 23, it shows the fluctuation growth. At the same time, according this graph, next graph shows the India MSMEs export contribution declined from 49.7% to in 2019 and 22 to 45% by 2020 and 22. This could be because of COVID-19 pandemic. However, according to the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, it is expected increases to 46% in 2025. Already mentioned, Honorable President also is expected percentage, 46% in achieving now the current year. The next decade, it will move in this percentage in export growth. Based on the finding, MSMEs remain significant contribution to India's economy, but their share has been under pressure due to the factors during the past years. Now that we have seen the current scenario of MSME sector, let's examine the policy measures the government of India has taken to address the fluctuation. Already mentioned many the scheme of government initiative project, already mentioned Dr. Sudhakar sir also. These are the government has come up with several initiatives to support MSMEs. I have mentioned here, hope will be able to read them in this program or scheme. Even though the government implement various initiatives, certain gaps must be addressed. The current situation of MSME compels us to pursue more strong policy support. Let's see how the strong policy roadmap, the VIKSIT BHARAT at 2047 vision addressed the advancement of micro, small, medium enterprises in India. The achievement VIKSIT BHARAT at 2047, the role of MSME's economic contribution is really important, but beyond the economic contribution, MSMEs need to become innovation leaders, enhance global competitive and maintenance structure. These are the very important, already mentioned this competitive world, Dr. Sudhakar Kodi. Today I more attractive that speech to Dr. Sudhakar Kodi, sir, the government of education in India. The first MSME must adapt this chart explain the policy. The first MSME must adapt green technologies and energy efficient manufacturing process through strategic partnership with technology provider and research institute. The second one, by enhancing ESG standard, MSME can access better market opportunity and partnership. Finally, MSMEs play a significant role in achieving net zero carbon emission target. They can reduce their environmental impacts by adapting circular economic strategies such as recycling waste and increasing resource efficiency. Achieving these various requires a coordinated effort involving the policy support. Let me briefly summarize. This is I developed this chart. let me briefly summarize the key point we have examined so far and point out the areas we will discuss motivating the forward. I hope the diagram on screen will clarify that. Let me explain significant role MSMEs play in the economy. They are the backbone of India economy by significant contributor to GDP and export. This is the very important two variables. Also, MSMEs are being a crucial pillar of the economy by driving growth, creating employment opportunity and promoting inclusive growth. Moving the current situation, as I said, the beginning, the recent revealed the contribution of MSMEs, particularly in export, has declined. That's very important. Today we will discuss the statistical analysis also. Already mentioned that research. These fluctuations in the contribution have been mainly negative trend. That is very situation today. So it reflects the need for strong support mechanism and enhanced competitiveness. MSME's growth potential cannot be fully realized without addressing these issues. That's all we have discussed earlier. Now, fourth one, the Industry 5.0 approach. Now, let's focus on solution. I think everybody has heard about the Industry 5.0. Already mentioned that, very clearly mentioned here. Himachal already mentioned the interconnectivity, MSMEs and industry sector. Okay, the Industry 5.0 image the transformation opportunity unlike the automation provide Industry 4.0. Industry 5.0 foster human mechanism collaboration, innovation, efficiency and sustainability. This approach is a key enabler for revitalizing MSMEs and steering them towards their readiness. At this stage, we find essential to highlight the vision of MSMEs under the Industry 5.0. This approach aims to make MSMEs more efficient, innovation and sustainability, helping them overcome existing challenges and prepare for globalized and competitive. This transformation directly aligns with the vision of VIKSIT BHARAT at 2047. Further, by adopting this 5.0, Industry 5.0 strategic roadmap, MSMEs can become champions of India's export growth. Their enhanced efficiency and innovation will lead to more important presence in global market, boosting India's economy and international standing. Finally, this graph, the 7, a vital component of this transformation is the transition to sustainable practices. Industry 5.0 facilitate eco-friendly methods and innovative solutions, ensuring that MSMEs growth and contributes positively and sustainable development. I hope could understand the journey of VIKSIT BHARAT by 2047 focuses on empowering our MSMEs with strong, forward-looking roadmap by taking the Industry 5.0 approach. We can look this sector immense potential and ensure that MSMEs contribute to be a driving force in India's economic sustainability. Let me briefly explain the Industry 5.0, the most significant factor in our discussion. Before we proceed, it is essential to provide a summary of evaluation of the Industrial Revolution. So these are the Industrial Revolution. This slide illustrates the evaluation of Industrial Revolution from Industry 1.0 to Industry 5.0. Each stage represents a significant technology advancement. The Industrial Revolution 0. That is the Industrial 1.0. Industry 5.1.0, born in 1984 and brought mechanization. Secondly, Industry 2.0 in 1870 introduced the assembly line and mass production. Then Industry 3.0 emerged in 1969 and introduced the automation. Lastly, later the Industry 4.0 in 2011 introduced smart factories and interconnected devices through cyber-physical system, big data, IoT, and cloud computing. These are the components of 8 very important technology forces in Industry 4.0. These are the challenges and opportunities in the 4.0. Based on that paradigm shift, the Industry 5.0, imagine a future where human and robot collaboration. That's very important. Future, the human and robot collaboration, powered by renewable resources and bioeconomy, prioritizing sustainable and human-centric design. Okay, now based on that, we will discuss about the current situation of the world economic data. The correctly mentioned the previous speaker, Dr. Sudarkodi, they're very important to the statistical analysis, and proof that document the policy making. So nowadays the many researchers are two-way. The one is the policy makers, the only discrete way, other part is statistical way, not matching the policy making. That is very important. So now indicate here the current situation of cross-domestic production in the world. The audience please consider this is the statistical data. This is the statistical data based on the World Bank data. Please consider the competitive countries are indicated here. These are the world competitive countries. The GDP rank in first in USA. First rank in USA. Now in the 5th place in India. Now the 5th place in India. These are the actual data. This is the nominal data. Okay. Please consider the 4th place in India. So these are the chart. This is the US. Now the place, 5th place is in India. Please consider very carefully. The first frame is in UA. Now the 5th place is in India. Nowadays these are the competitors for Indian GDP. India GDP. Please consider the Japan is the decreasing trend. Japan is the decreasing trend the GDP production. At the same time, Germany also slowly increase. But India is the increasing trend is high. That is very important point today. We statistically prove. Now, this is the clearly mentioned is India's strength. That is the steadily increase the India's strength. This is the actual data. Okay, this is the actual data. Now in the US is the first rank. Now Germany and Japan is the competitive countries to India, the GDP. Now the place is in the, these are the many different gap between India and US and China. But the India is the 5th rate. This is the actual data. This is the nominal data to GDP. Now, this is the I forecasted the next quarter. I forecasted the quarter from 2000. Already the nominal data is that is the nominal data. The nominal data is 2021 to quarter 1 to 2024 quarter 3, but the forecasted data 2024 quarter 4 to 2028 quarter 4. So the forecasted data I forecasted using the software. So please consider this the forecasted trend. This is the forecasted trend. So here also mentioned, please consider this the Japan. First is US, the fourth is Japan. Japan is the decreasing trend, the forecasted trend also. But the competitive countries, Germany is the slowly increasing trend, but India is the highly trend. That's this is the steady increase, but the increase in trend is good. The compare with the previous two countries, that is the fourth and third trend countries. Now, this is the situation. Please conclude this according to the forecasted. There is a significant possibility achieving fourth place in India. Now in the fifth trend. Now the place is the fifth trend. Now we'll move the next decade in the fourth place in India. This is a very important point. So I statistically proved that document how to move the fifth trend to fourth. So now the forecasted trend very clearly mentioned that quickly move in the fourth trend in India, the world. But now our country is the GDP rank is 79th. Now the 79th. So now smaller GDP. So the next we will move based on this GDP country. Based on the GDP country, this one is the separate data. This one is the separate data from 2020 to 2023. These are the data collected from the World Bank data source. This is the industrial production. Now, based on the GDP data, we collected from the 2000 to 2020, that is the industrial output data. Please consider the audience, the industrial output also, the fifth trend, but the industrial output, the world scenario is changed. The GDP is US, but the industrial output is China. China is leading, but the same place in India. Industrial output also same place in India. That's a fifth trend. Now the forecasted data sources. So this is the real situation. Is the nominal data. So this is the fifth place in the industrial output. This is the, please consider that is the trend. That is a trend. Industrial output trend, the fifth place. Here also, yes, okay, now, okay, sorry. This is the same output. So India industrial output also. Okay. I conclude this statistical analysis. Here mentioned here, now the industrial output also fifth trend. In future, next decade, they will move the India definitely the fourth place in the industrial output based on the forecasted data. So now connect with the MSMEs and industrial 5.0. These are the topic. So this is our India trend now in the manufacturing India industrial output trend. That's a fifth place. Now we'll move the fourth. So this is the export, but export is the 17th trend in India. So this is the manufacturing countries. That manufacturing countries also the trend is the fifth. Definitely will move the fourth place based on the forecasted statistic. Okay. Now these are the industrial 5.0. Now skip this slide based on the information. Okay. These are the MSMEs industry 5.0. These are the main three pillars are introduced. based on the statistical output. Now these are the lessons from birth. Please read this deeply. Everything included in my booklet. Please read that clearly and better to hand over to your policy makers. That is better. I deeply, very clearly mention everything. So these are the lessons from birth. These are the lessons from India and our Sri Lankan also indicated, but time is not enough. So this is very important based on the statistical output. I developed a comprehensive roadmap for MSMEs development, how to hand over to the policy maker the statistical output. These are the 5 pillars are introduced. Okay, now based on that, the end of my presentation. Now everything, the detailing include that handbook, the conference seminar team better to hand out to your policymakers and very clearly mention the statistical the forecast output. Okay, having our analysis and finding consideration, we can say that academic leaders are crucial in bringing the gap between emerging technologies and its adoption by MSME sector. As an academic leader, I am proud to say that this policy roadmap aims to support MSMEs in the era of Industry 5.0, but by coming policy intervention, financial support and technological enablement or empowerment. In conclusion, MSMEs are at the heart of India's journey towards VIKSIT at 2047. By embracing Industry 5.0, they can derive innovation, inclusive and sustainable. Let us work together to empower MSMEs and create India's prosperous, inclusive and sustainable future. It is important to note that if we combine Industry 5.0 concept with MSMEs in India, it will definitely lead India to become fourth largest economies in the world in the next decade. Definitely. Okay. I wish all the presenters and participants of this international seminar a very successful and informative and productive day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Dr. A.M. Mustafa, for the insightful and thought-provoking keynote address. Your expert perspective has truly set the stage for the discussions ahead and has provided us with invaluable insights into industrial economics matter. We are deeply grateful for the knowledge you have shared, and your address has undoubtedly inspired all of us to think more critically about the issues at hand. Once again, thank you for your outstanding contribution and for enriching this seminar with your wisdom. Next, it's now my privilege to invite our next keynote speaker, Professor Dr. M.A.C. Salfi Umma, to deliver her keynote address at this prestigious international seminar. Professor Dr. Salfia Umma is a distinguished scholar and expert in management and commerce studies. Her extensive research and contributions have had a profound impact in the field of trade and MSME. And we are fortunate to have her share her knowledge with us and insight today. Please join us in welcoming Professor Dr. M.A.C. Salfia Umma to the stage. Please.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious and most merciful, praise be to Allah. The Honorable Secretary and the correspondent, Janab Alais Said Sadiq, Sahib, the new college, Chennai, Tamil Nadu, India. Dr. M. Ashraf Sharif, the principal, the new college, Chennai, India. Dr. S. Karimullah Basha, Associate Professor and Head Department of Economics, Dean, School of Humanities, Social Sciences, Delhi College, Chennai, India. Dr. B. Sudhakar Reddy, Director, ICSSR Southern Regional Center, Hyderabad, India. Professor Himachalam Dahraju, Commonwealth Visiting Fellow, United Kingdom. Co-founder, Global Association of MSMEs and SDGs Research in Developing Countries, Indonesia. Professor Dr. A. M. Mustafa, Dean, Professor in Business Economics, Southeastern University of Sri Lanka. Dr. M. Abdul Jamal, Seminar Convener and the Organizing Secretary, Associate Professor, Postgraduate and Research Department of Economics, the New College, India. Dr. M. Abdul Rahman, Associate Professor, Coordinator, Department of Business Economics, New College, India. And all the organizing committee members of this conference, professors, heads of the departments, viewers, chairpersons, paper presenters, policymakers, participants, media personnel, and ladies and gentlemen. A greeting to everyone. Assalamu alaikum, Vanakkam, Namaskaram. First of all, I would like to extend my deep sense of appreciation to Dr. M. Ashraf Sharif, the principal, Delhi College, Chennai, India. Dr. S. Karimullah Basha, the Associate Professor and Head of the Department of Economics, Dean, School of Humanities and Social Sciences, India. Professor Dr. M. Mustafa, the Dean and the Professor in Business Economics, Southeastern University of Sri Lanka. Dr. M. Abdul Jamal, the Seminar Convener and the Organizing Secretary, Associate Professor, PG, the Department of Economics, Delhi College of India. And I express my sincere gratitude to the Organizing Committee for giving me this opportunity to deliver this valuable address at this valuable occasion. Actually, I am honored to speak about the sector that serves as the backbone of economies worldwide, that is MSMEs, at this international conference organized by the Postgraduate and Research Department of Economics at the New College, India, with the theme of VIKSIT BHARAT at 2047, an inspiring vision for developed nations, developed India by its 100 years of independence. This seminar is through its crucial focus on the growth and challenges of MSMEs, aims to spotlight this dynamic sector. Those are the engines of economic growth and the social advancement. Across the globe, MSMEs plays a critical role in driving innovation, generating employment, and fueling growth and stimulate local economies in this digitalized era. Moreover, they contribute significantly to GDP, support in developing nations, create pathways out of the poverty, and fostering sustainable development aligned with the global sustainable development goals. This sector's vitality has been recognized universally, and India's MSMEs are also no exception. They are the lifeline for millions. Globally, they comprise about 90% of businesses and employ more than half of the workforce, making them essential for economic sustainability, economic stability, and sustainable growth. However, MSMEs' productivity lags behind the large entities across the countries with a wider breadth in economy as emerging economies. In India, MSMEs have become fundamental to the economy over the last decades, accounting for a significant of GDPs and exports. This sector's resilience and adaptability from manufacturing diverse goods to showcases its potential to drive India's vision to become an economic superpower by 2047. The SME sector in India makes a contribution of around 30% to Venezuela's GDP, and it contributes around 45% of industrial production and exports, and manufactures more than 8,000 diverse products ranging from low-tech items to technically advanced products. Moreover, it contributes about 40 to 50% to the total exports of India and provides more than 110 million job opportunities in the country. A flourishing small enterprise sector will be crucial for reaping India's demographic dividends and providing gainful employment for even youth. The ubiquity of small enterprises makes them the backbone of India's industrial landscape. Ladies and gentlemen, India is considered as one of the fastest growing country in the world. Top 5 fastest growing sector in India are e-commerce and retail, information technology and software services, healthcare and pharmaceuticals, renewable energy and fintech. If you are looking to capitalize on the future growth, this top fast growing industries in India and future growth set can help to make the most India's economic potential in 2047. In India, the SME sector is celebrated for its advancement with 110 million people. It's a major contributor to both urban and rural development, particularly in agriculture, textiles and crafts. The Make in India project, initiated in 2014, empowered SMEs to enter new markets with some of small-scale industries now standing as global suppliers. Furthermore, the adoption of digital platforms during the pandemic has enhanced their ability to reach international markets, with e-commerce providing a whole new realm of opportunities. This resilience shows that India MSMEs are ready to adapt and evolve. The challenges are still the reality in India for India's SMEs. Access to affordable finance remains a major hurdle. Through the government scheme exists, many small businesses struggle with high interest rates, limited credit, and cumbersome application processes. The digital tech also becomes a very great challenge, particularly for micro businesses in rural areas. Limited technological adoption, training, and infrastructure can slow growth. Moreover, competition from larger corporations and unpredictable regulatory landscape makes it difficult for these small enterprises to plan long term. But the SME sector is pivotal to our economy, and the adoption of digital technologies is crucial for India growth. The MSMEs Digital Index in 2024 showcases the significant progress in technology adoption while highlighting the persistent challenges. The IT sector contributes significantly to India's GDP, currently accounting for around 7.5% and expected to grow further to 15% by 2030. And again, it's projected further to grow considerably by 2047. The Digital India campaign and the Make in India initiative, the environment has changed over time. These have given MSMEs the freedom to adopt technologies and explore international markets. Its many advantages encompasses a diverse range of investment opportunities across various industries and supply chain ecosystem, more specifically in the ICT sector. Moreover, schemes like the Digital MSc scheme, which empowers all the MSMEs registered with the Udayam registration portal to adopt ICT tools and applications in their production and operations, to ensure that the transition from traditional processes to digital ones is as seamless as possible. The SME sector is pivotal to our economy, and the adoption of digital technologies is crucial for sector in India is one of the powerhouse of growth, driven by a combination of skilled labor, entrepreneurial culture, technopreneurship, and favorable government policies, and will be one of the best sector for the next 20 years, that is in 2047. The Indian government's support has been cumbersome of digital adoption among all the businesses. Various policy initiatives such as Digital India, Startup India, and Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana have made some easier for SMEs to access technology, funding, and training, and further SIPA, quality assurance like that. The digital initiative, in particular, aims to create a robust digital infrastructure, increase internet penetration, and enhance the digital literacy across the nation. Ladies and gentlemen, despite India's improved ranking in the world's Bank's Ease of Doing Business Index, MSMEs in India require more comprehensive national support. India's MSMEs are a dynamic force with a vast potential. They have shown remarkable resilience and innovation, facing and overcoming challenges, and are ready to take the new opportunities for growth. With continued support, they will not only thrive domestically, but shine on the global stage, strengthening both the national and world economies. India has outpaced advanced economies in terms of the speed and extent of the digital transformations, both domestically and in exports. The OECD noted that India's share of global estimated digital trade exports surged by approximately 400%, growing from 1% in 1995 to nearly 4% in 2018 and 7% in 2024, and considerable advance in 2047. In today's landscape, digital proficiency is imperative to MSMEs. They need to enhance their commitment to digital strategies and assign dedicated resources to manage online marketing, customer interactions, platform engagement, and regulatory compliance. The future is not without hope. There are tremendous revitalization opportunities. Digital literacy programs and affordable access to internet resources could bridge the digital divide and help MSMEs grow more efficiently. Access to green technology could help small businesses to meet global standards for sustainability, making them competitive on the international stage. Streamlining the government processes and expanding financial literacy initiatives would provide the confidence and capital MSMEs need to thrive. Finally, by investing in skill development, India could unlock its new potential to drive innovation within this sector. At this juncture, I would like to thank a little attention about Sri Lanka, a road to develop nation 2048 in its 100 years of independence, the 2030 vision for digital Sri Lanka, a digitally empowered Sri Lanka for innovation, inclusion and sustainable growth. In the budget proposal suggested yesterday at the Parliament of Sri Lanka, all presented by Your Excellency, His Excellency President Anup Kumar Visanayaka, there's a considerable amount for the digital economy in 2030. But Sri Lanka also has to gain more experience from India, since India is one of the leading competitive advantage economy in this region and this globe. We believe that the SME should be supported in its digital transformation journey and ensure that technology's benefit to reach by every corner. by leveraging artificial intelligence, augmented reality, and machine learning, MSMEs in rural areas can also thrive in the digital fast economy. Ladies and gentlemen, it's clear that the SME sector is a game changer in India's economic narrative. As we stand at the nexus of opportunity and difficulties, it keeps guiding the country towards a future with full of opportunities. This conference, no doubt, will bring an insight to students, scholars, policymakers, academicians, and other stakeholders from around the world by means of sharing their ideas, highlights, and insight the collaborative that will strengthen the MSME sector and help turn an ambiguous stream of prosperity in their reality. I wish all the presenters and participants at this international conference on achieving the challenges and revitalization opportunities of micro and small and medium enterprises sector in the vision VIKSIT BHARAT at 2047 organized by the Communist College in Chennai, India. Empowering MSMEs with digitalization, we make India self-reliant. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Professor Dr. M.A.C. Selfie Amma, for the exceptional and enlightening keynote address. It's been truly inspiring, providing us with a deeper understanding. We are deeply grateful for the knowledge and expertise you have shared, which will undoubtedly influence our thinking and discussion throughout the seminar. Once again, thank you for your invaluable contribution and for enhancing this seminar with your distinguished perspective. Before we conclude this inaugural session, I would like to inform the House that for the plenary session 1, I request the dignitaries, Dr. P. Anbalagan from Presidency College, Dr. S. Karimullah, Head of the Department of Economics, the New College, Dr. K. Malati, Assistant Professor, Department of Economics, University of Madras, Professor Dr. A. Jafar, Professor in Commerce, Southeastern University of Sri Lanka, Dr. Jayaprabha, Professor in Economics, Eastern University of Sri Lanka, Dr. Ravindra Rena, Professor of Economics, Durban University of Technology, South Africa, Dr. N. Suresh Babu, Assistant Professor, Department of Economics, Presidency College, and Dr. Rajesh Simon, Assistant Professor, Department of Economics, Tyagaraja College, to occupy the dais after this inaugural session to continue the plenary session 1. As we come to the conclusion of this enlightening, successful seminar inauguration, it's my honor to invite Dr. A. Abdul Rahim, Coordinator, Shift 2, Business Economics, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. As we conclude the inaugural session of the International Seminar on Achievement, Challenges and Revitalization Opportunity for MSMEs sector in Vision VIKSIT BHARAT at 2047, I stand here to express my sincere gratitude to all those who made this event possible. First and foremost, I am deeply grateful to the ICSSR for their gracious financial support, which made it possible to hold this two-day international seminar. I extend my heartfelt thanks to our gracious management, who have consistently supported every activity of the Department of Economics. I especially thank our esteemed management members, Chairman Janab Imtiaz Basha Sahib, Honorable Secretary and Correspondent Janab Ilyas Sheikh Sahib, and Treasurer Janab SME Muhammad Salim Sahib, all of the Miyasi. Their kind presence have been truly invaluable, and we are deeply grateful for their constant motivation. I would like to thank our principal, Dr. M. Asrar Sharif, for their unwavering support and guidance. Your presence and encouragement are invaluable to us. Thank you, sir. I extend my heartfelt thanks to Dr. Karimullah Basha, Head of the Department, for their crucial role in organizing this seminar. Your vision and dedication have been instrumental in bringing us all together today. A special thanks to convener of this seminar, Dr. M. Abdul Jamal. Your tireless efforts, meticulous planning, and attention to detail have ensured the smooth execution of this event. Our sincere thanks to Dr. B. Sudhakar Reddy, Director, ICSSR Hyderabad, for delivering the inaugural address. Your inspiring words have truly set the tone for this important event. Thank you, sir. We were honored to have Professor Himachalam Dasaraju, Commonwealth Visiting Fellow, with us today. Thank you for sharing your valuable perspective. Finally, very special thanks to you, to Professor Dr. A.M.M. Mustafa, Professor in Business Economics, Southern Eastern University of Sri Lanka, for delivering the keynote address. Your expertise and insights on MSMEs development, navigating industries 5.0 for VIKSIT BHARAT at 2047 have been truly enlightening. Following the insightful keynote address, I have distinct pleasure to expressing our sincere gratitude to Professor Dr. M.A.C. Salfia Uma, Head and Professor in Business Economics at the Southern Eastern University of Sri Lanka. Your presentation on catalyzing MSC in digital era was truly captivating and thought-provoking. Thank you for sharing your valuable expertise with us. We are truly honored to have had you here. To all the faculty, staffs, research scholars and students who have contributed to this event, your hard work and dedication are greatly appreciated. Thank you all for making this inaugural session a sound success. Thank you. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you very much, sir. Dear participants, refreshment will be served at your place. Please be seated. I call upon dignitaries for the plenary session 1 rise. Dr. P. Anbalagan, Associate Professor of Economics, Presidency College, Chennai, India. Dr. S. Karimullah Basha, Associate Professor and Head, Department of Economics, the New College. Dr. K. Malathi, Assistant Professor, Department of Economics, University of Madras, Chennai. Dr. K. A. Jafar, Professor in Commerce, Department of Accountancy and Finance, South Eastern University of Sri Lanka. Dr. Jayaprabha Suresh, Professor in Economics, Department of Economics, Faculty of Commerce and Management, Eastern University, Sri Lanka. Professor Dr. Ravinder Rena, Professor of Economics, Durban, University of Technology, South Africa. Dr. N. Suresh Babu, Associate Professor, Department of Economics, Presidency College, Chennai. Dr. P. Rajasimhan, Assistant Professor, Department of Economics, Sir Tyagaraya College, Chennai. Dr. S. Curriculum Officer, Head of the Republic, please to rise, sir. Now I request Dr. A. Abdul Rahim, Associate Professor and Coordinatorship to honor our dignitaries. Now I request Dr. Abdul Rahim sir to honor Dr. P. Anbalagan, Associate Professor of Economics, Presidency College with the shawl and memento. It's a memorial certificate. Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. Abdul Rahim sir to honor Dr. K. Malati, Assistant Professor, Department of Economics, University of Madras. Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. A. Abdul Rahim to honor Dr. A. Jafar, Professor in Commerce, Department of Accountancy and Finance, Southeastern University of Sri Lanka. Now I request, thank you sir. Now Jamal Professor Dr. J. Prabha Suresh, Professor in Economics, Department of Economics, Faculty of Commerce and Management, Eastern University of Sri Lanka. Thank you sir. Now I request Jamal to honor Professor Dr. Ravinder Rena, Professor of Economics, Durban University of Technology, South Africa. I request Dr. Abdul Jamal to honor Dr. N. Suresh Babu, Associate Professor, Department of Economics, Presidency College. I request Dr. N. Fakir Ismail to honor Dr. P. Rajasiman, Assistant Professor, Department of Economics, Satyagraya College, Chennai. Thank you, sir. Now I humbly hand over the session to Chair Dr. Anbalagan. Please take over the session, sir.
Good afternoon, my lord. The most respected Principal Sir, the Head of the Department of Economics, the Organizing Secretary, Dr. Abdul Jamal Sir, and his team members, the faculty members of the Department of Economics and other professors. At the outset, I would like to register my sincere gratitude for providing a great opportunity to chair this session. The time is very limited, so I straight away come to the point. On the basis of 1948 law, the sectors of Indian economy has classified into organized and unorganized sector, in which that organized sector sharing only 6% of the total workforce, but its contribution is about 15%. If you take the unorganized sector, it constitutes about 94% of the total workers, in which that it contributes 85%. But in recent years, the growth rate of unorganized sector is sluggish. It is come down, whereas organized sector it is increasing at a dramatic level. So see, the growth rate of Indian economy is 7%, mainly from the organized sector, that is a capital intensive investment. But labor intensive investment is a organized sector, unorganized sector. In the unorganized sector, some of the notable things are agriculture, trade, and the MSME, in particular micro industry. If you take that micro industries, India constitutes about 6 crore. It employs about 11 crore. But if you take the micro industries, for each micro industries, an average is 1.7% is working. See, there are some setback for the micro industries over the past 1 decade. Because of one of the thing is GST and demonetization. Another is the micro credit system, and lastly the COVID-19. So these are all stuck the growth rate of this MSME, particularly these micro industries. So as a result, the micro industries has come down. See that unemployment is drastically increasing. So as the record of Government of India is 3%. But in terms of that is of disguised unemployment and underemployment, it is about 20%. If you work 1 hour in a week, that is considered as unemployed. Then how it is one person can be served or support to 4 person in India. If 1 person earning, they are supporting for 4 person. These persons are working mostly in the micro industries. So it is a very great setback for the Indian economic development. So we are in the top-down approach. Down-up approach is necessary. So the micro industries should increase. See, most of the Southeast Asian countries are focused for the down-up approach. For example, of China, Korea, and some other countries of down-up approach. So we need, so look about of this enormous employment generating industries, that is labor-oriented industries, is required for the development of the country. As a result, you know very well of recent years, the government of India focus on the VIKSIT boards and other things, that is concentrated more on these sectors. I hope that the coming years of 2047, India will grow as a developed nation. For required that one, $14,000 is required. But India has only $2,500 per capita income. In order to achieve that developed nation, we need 11% growth rate. So in this backdrop, the international seminar is focusing to discuss about this MSME and other related schemes of Government of India. I am very happy to chair this session. Now I request the speakers of this session, only you can take 10 to 12 minutes because of a very short period. So I request all our legends are here, but I am unable to provide sufficient time to present you. And the first speaker, Professor Jafar. Yes, sir. Welcome, sir. He is from Sri Lankan University. I welcome Professor Jafar, sir. Thank you.
And welcome. So, Chair Dr. P. and other session members, and all, good afternoon. Yeah, our respected principal, even though he is not here, and Secretary Department of Economics and Organization Secretary, and members, and my colleagues, and presenters, and distinguished guests. And in case for everybody, once again, I say good afternoon. It is an honor to stand before you at this plenary session to address on a topic that is timely of startups and fintech in financing MSMEs in India and developing countries. As you all know, that MSMEs plays a vital role in an economy. That is, MSMEs are backbones of the main economies. They create jobs, innovation, and contribute significantly to the GDP. According to Bekan Deming in 2006, the MSMEs generally serve as a significant source of employment and innovation and have a critical role in fostering economic growth and reducing poverty. The MSMEs sector is a foundation of India's economy, contributing significantly to GDP and employment and exports. As India's vision becoming a developed nation by 2047 under the vision VIKSIT, BHARAT at 2047, MSME sector play a vital role in achieving inclusive and sustainable growth. However, MSMEs face a persistent barrier to access timely and adequate finance, especially limited access to credit, high cost of borrowing, and delay in getting the credit, inadequate financial literacy. According to the World Bank, traditional financial institutions often find MSMEs too risky or unprofitable to serve, leaving these businesses underserved. Though the MSMEs are the backbone of economies, especially in developing countries, they remain underserved in terms of finance. Startups and fintech are uniquely positioned to bridge this gap. Today, let's explain. I wish to explain and highlight the key challenges they face and suggest the ways to overcome these challenges. Startups and fintech companies have emerged as a game changer in addressing the financial gaps faced by MSMEs in India and other developing countries. Their innovative approaches, coupled with technology-driven solutions, are transforming financial landscape for these businesses. Let's explore their concerns during the credit gap. Personal finance institutions often perceive MSMEs as high-risk borrowers due to the limited credit histories, insufficient regulations, and further constraints. Fintech companies are leveraging advanced technologies like AI, machine learning, and big data analytics to resolving credit assessment by using alternative data sources. This enables more accurate risk profiling and extend credit to underserved businesses. Startups like Lending Card in India and Ant Group in China, Dara in Africa enables MSMEs to secure credit quickly without paperwork and empowering finance inclusion. Fintech startups enable MSMEs in rural and semi-urban areas to access credit and financial services, overcoming the barriers of geography and infrastructure. Facilitating cash flows and payments, and providing digital tools for growth and building ecosystem cost efficiency. At the same time, despite their potential startups, fintech companies found significant challenges in serving MSMEs effectively. Say, for example, limited financial literacy among MSMEs. Many MSMEs lack awareness of tech services or the knowledge to effectively utilize digital platforms, leading to utilization of available solutions. Regulatory complexity and trust and data security concern limited infrastructure in rural areas, say for example, poor internet connections, low smartphones, penetrations, lack of digital infrastructure, those could be highlighted. And high cost customer acquisition, risk management challenges, access to capital for fintech firms, limited cooperation with traditional finance institutions, and economic quality. By overcoming these challenges, startups and fintech firms can play a transformative role in bridging the financing gap for MSMEs, thereby fostering entrepreneurship, job creation, and economic growth in India and other developing countries. The way forward to maximizing the potential startups and fintech in financing MSMEs, coordinated effort involving all stakeholders is necessary. Say, policy and regulations, the government must create clear, supportive regulatory frameworks to encourage fintech innovation with safeguarding consumers. Programs like India's Startup India Initiative and policies supporting digital infrastructure such as Digital India set examples for other countries. Government must create fintech-friendly regulatory frameworks that encourage innovative with safeguarding consumers. Public-private partnership, collaboration between traditional finance institutions, fintech startups, and the government can expand resources and outreach and reducing the credit gaps for MSMEs. Financial literacy and awareness and large-scale companies are needed to educate MSMEs about the benefit of fintech solutions and how to adapt them effectively. Strengthening cybersecurity and technology-driven risk management and infrastructure development, global knowledge sharing, say developing countries can learn from the successful fintech models in markets like Kenya's MSMEs and China's N2 and Brazil, Laban to replicate scalable solutions and collaborative ecosystems. The government and finance institutions and fintech companies must collaborate to create policies that foster innovation while ensuring consumer protection. Public and private partnership can address infrastructure and finding gaps. Finally, MSMEs are not just businesses, they are lifeblood of developing economies. Empowering them with a timely and equitable finance is critical for inclusive growth and innovation resilience. Startups and fintechs are more than just financing. They are enablers using technology to create opportunities for millions of small businesses. Startups and fintech have the tools and creativity and vision to bridge the finance gap for MSMEs. However, realizing this potential requires collective effort involving policymakers, investors, and finance institutions and the fintech community. Let's work together to create an ecosystem where every MSME, regardless of the size, location, and has the access to resources it needs to succeed. By doing so, we can drive the economic growth and create millions of jobs and unlock the entrepreneurial spirit of our people. Finally, I would like to extend my sincere thanks to the principal of this college and organizing committee, especially to the organizing secretary of Dr. M. Abdul Jamal and Professor A.M. Mustafa, Dean of the Faculty of Management and Commerce, Southeast University of Sri Lanka, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for that very informative speech, and especially he focused mainly on MSME, startups and fintech companies. Thank you, sir, for all your good inputs. May I now request Professor Dr. Ravindra Rena, Professor of Economics, Durban University of Technology,
privilege and honor for me to be part of this particular international seminar organized by the New College Chennai. I thank all the management of the institution and especially our younger brother, Professor Dr. Abdul Jamal, convener of the conference, and many other colleagues, Dr. Sudhakar, who happened to be my classmate in Usman University, Dr. Anubalagan sir, we know each other for quite some time, and many colleagues, and Suresh sir also, and many colleagues, Himachalam sir, and so on and so forth. And colleagues of the dais, and we have a brother from Malaysia, Dr. Rajesh, and good afternoon to everybody, dear students, and the scholars, and ladies and gentlemen. The topic that was chosen is very, very important for all of us. In the interest of time, I have to cut short. Probably I can speak more than 1 hour on this topic, but I was told that I have only 10 minutes. So I would like to say something about South Africa. There we say SMEs, and here we say in India MSMEs. So I'd like to make some comparison. Ladies and gentlemen, the SMEs are considered to be the lifeblood of the economy of every country in the world. Whether it is a developed country one side and the developing country on the other side, it gives like a lifeblood. So MSMEs are being playing an important role in Indian economy too. As the previous speakers, they made it clear that MSMEs contributing in the informal economy probably about more than 90%. But the GDP of India about 45%. And employment also more than 50% of the employment has been coming from the MSMEs of India. So MSMEs in terms of trade, in terms of investment, in terms of economic growth, in every aspect of the Indian economy, they've been contributing immensely like no other sector. We have so many other sectors like agriculture, services, trade investment, mining, and many others, to name a few. But MSMEs has been playing a crucial role. To make another comparison, interesting comparison, ladies and gentlemen, that the population of South Africa, where I come from, is only 62 million people living in South Africa. South Africa is the 24th biggest country in the world. In terms of population also, maybe it is about 26th largest populated country in the world. And it's 1/3 of India. In India, we have about 3.2 million square kilometers land, whereas South Africa is only 1.2 million square kilometers land. Surprisingly, to make a comparison, interesting comparison here is that the population of South Africa is lower than that of the MSMEs of India. MSMEs of India is more than 63 million MSMEs of India. So we are fortunate that we have got that MSMEs for our country, which are playing a pivotal role. In South Africa, on the other side, we have only 3 million MSMEs for 62 million people. If you look at the countries which are having large number of MSMEs, for every 1,000 people in the world, probably interestingly, our neighbor, although not exact neighbor, but we have some close association with Indonesia. Indonesia is the country which has got 195 MSMEs for every 1,000 people. That made Indonesia is number one in terms of MSMEs in the whole world actually. There are a few other countries from Europe, like Sweden, about 100 MSMEs per 1,000 people. And India is no longer in that race actually, not even top 100 countries in terms of MSMEs because of the large amount of population that we have. India has got a population of 1.43, 1.44 billion people that made us to be the largest populated country in the world. Now, we have been talking about the VIKSIT BHARAT. So, VIKSIT BHARAT,
by using MSMEs as an important contributor or a major player in the economy, whether that is achievable or not. Those are the points I would like to highlight. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been the largest economy in the whole world for many centuries. For about 1,800 years, India is considered to be first or second largest economy in the whole world until the 18th century. When Britishers occupied India, they began to loot the economy of India, that was costing about 65 to 67 trillion dollars worth of money is being stolen from Indian economy. If you take that money and convert that to 50 pounds note, you can cover London, the whole of London, you can cover with 50 pounds note 5 times. That much money is being stolen from Indian economy. So India was contributing about 40% of the total income of the world at one stage. From 40% we dropped down to 28%. From 28% we dropped down to 25%. And from 25%, even when Britishers about to occupy us, they are still contributing about 22 to 23% to the global economy. What America is contributing now is 25%. We've been contributing for a very long period of time. So that was the largest economy, India, in the world. We had that glory, we lost that glory, now we need to regain that glory. This is the exercise that we are doing in the name of VIKSIT BHARAT, and we need to get back the glory in the coming 22 years down the line. Now the question arises here, ladies and gentlemen, whether we can achieve that or not. Whether it is possible to make India as a VIKSIT BHARAT, as a developed country in the world. That is the fundamental question we need to ask for ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, as a student of economics and as a teacher of economics, we can express two views here. Indian economy is performing better, particularly for the past few decades. India is the second country in the world which achieved and lifted 350 million people out of poverty. That is equal to the population of America, for your surprise. That much amount of population has been lifted out of poverty. When India got independence in 1950, 1947, our poverty rate was about 57 to 60%. Now our poverty rate is about 18%. So we lifted 350 million people out of poverty. That's a big achievement. And like China, our neighbor, lifted more than 700 millions out of poverty. So we have remarkable achievements, and despite the fact we are the largest democratic country in the world, and the largest populated country in the world, and the largest producer of many products including milk and so on, but nonetheless we sit with so many problems here. The fundamental problem here is that we are sitting next to Zimbabwe, we are sitting next to Ethiopia, we are sitting next to Somalia, we are sitting next to many other low-income countries, including Burundi and many other countries from African continent. And Nepal, not only our Sri Lankan colleagues also here, they are also sitting next to that. In fact, Sri Lankan economy is much better than, in terms of per capita income, is better than us. I was reading a report, colleagues from Sri Lanka, in 1962-63, Sri Lankan per capita income is much ahead of South Korea too. What South Korea is having today is absolutely more than $30,000 per capita income, whereas Sri Lanka was having more per capita income than South Korea in 1960s, ladies and gentlemen. So we have a lot of comparisons here. The fundamental question in the interest of time that I would like to make a few statements here, that per capita income is only less than $2,500 today. South Africa, where I come from, we have $6,800 per capita income that made South Africa as a upper income country. But we are still considered to be the lower income country. So therefore, to make from $25,000 $2,500 to $25,000 or $30,000 per capita income in the coming 22 years, whether that is doable, achievable or not achievable. That's the question. Our economic growth rate has been proven that we are the fastest growing giant economy in the whole world. We've been growing at the rate of probably about 8 to 8.3% 2-3 years ago. But our economic growth rate tumbled to 4.5%, less than 5% today because of the pandemic one side, because of so many other factors that are contributing to that. So with the current economic growth rate, achieving VIKSIT Bharat seems to be a difficult task for us. We, the fifth largest economy, where we are contributing less than $4 trillion to the global economy, about $3.7 trillion we are contributing. We need to lift, first we need to achieve the target of $5 trillion economy, that is 2025 this year. Once we achieve the target, we may aim to achieve maybe another $15-20 trillion economy in the coming 30 years period. In order to achieve the target, we need to grow at least at the rate of 11 to 13% per annum. Whether that is possible for us to grow 11 to 13% per annum, that is a big issue. Country like China grew at the rate of 15% for a long period of time. That is the reason China aggressively grew and became the second largest economy, where it is contributing about $18.5 trillion to the global income. But nonetheless, 30-35 years ago, China and India, they are sitting side by side. Indian economy was about $297 billion, that's our contribution, whereas Chinese contribution or Chinese GDP was about $313 billion. So the difference between China and India is only $13 billion, about 3 years ago. Now, from that level, China grew more than 5 times bigger than India, and we remain with that kind of income. So the fundamental question I would like to mention here is that we have the youth, the highest amount of youth in the whole world. If you look at the numbers, even Chinese people are getting older and older, Japanese people are getting older, Russian people are getting older, but we, the country which has got almost 60% of our people between the age group of 15 to 59, they are youngsters. And that is the potential, that is the strength India has got. We need to tap the power of youth one side. The second important utilize is that the women, Nari Shakti. The women power also underutilized in our country. Wherever I go, I've been working almost 26 years of my life in Africa, maybe 28 years of my life in other parts of the world. Wherever we go, women always work in the civil services, in agriculture, in services. Wherever you go, women participation is much higher than what is India itself. Women are contributing immensely at the home, but it's all unpaid, unproductive jobs that we can look at. And if you look at the executive level, all the reports reveal the same thing. 80-20% of the people who are sitting in the top positions, that is one of the lowest in the world, ladies and gentlemen. So women one side and the youth on the other side, and yet on the other side we have the best land. After America, India is the second country in the world that has got the best land. So if we utilize the natural resources and the human resources on the other side collectively, if we work together and also concentrate more on the MSMEs, and then we could able to achieve the growth rate probably about 10 to 12%, and with that growth rate, the coming few decades, we could able to achieve our target of VIKSIT Bharat 2047. Otherwise, the task will become only a dream for us, and it is the duty of every Indian who is working inside the country and outside the country. We all should work hand in hand, like Indian with Indian heart. Not Indian with Malayalam, not Indian with Tamil, not Indian with Telugu, not Indian with Bihari or Kashmiri. Indian with one heart. one country and one people. So with that slogan, if we all work together, we'll definitely make India as VIKSIT BHARAT. So with these few words, I'd like to thank all the conference organizers, chairperson is my good friend Sanan Balagan sir, and Madam Malati and Suresh sir, and colleagues from different parts of Sri Lanka and so on. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for that excellent speech where he focused on SMEs in South Africa, and also he mentioned how India, 350 million people are lifted from the poverty level. It's a positive point of yours, I can say, and the highest amount of youth we have and how efficiently we have to resource them. Thank you so much, sir. Now, may I now request Professor Dr. Jayaprabha Suresh, Professor in Economics, Faculty of Commerce and Management, Eastern University, Sri Lanka, to deliver a speech.
Yes, good afternoon, distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues and participants. It is an honor to address this conference on the theme Achievement, Challenges and Revitalization for the MSME sector. Today, I want to shed light on the subject with immense potential for transforming this MSME sector and promoting inclusive development regarding empowering women and youth in the MSME sector, a pathway to sustainable development. These micro, small and medium enterprises is a cornerstone of the global economy, encompassing these 90% of the business worldwide. But empowering women and youth within the MSME ecosystem is a strategic imperative that offers multifaceted benefits. For women, increased participation promotes gender equity, reduces income inequality, and elevates their social and economic stand. So women-led MSMEs often bring a unique perspective to business operations, emphasize community development, innovation, and capitalizing their adaptability technologies. Similarly, youth engagement in MSMEs also address high unemployment rates, while technological proficiency and innovative ideas. So young entrepreneurs bring fresh approaches to traditional business models. They are helping MSMEs stay competitive in an increasing digital and globalized market. So their contributions not only enhance productivity and innovation, but also support broader social progress by empowering traditional underrepresented groups. In addition to these empowering women and youth, we cannot simply avoid this sustainability. So this is a leading concept in economic sustainable development. So we are very close to monitor these sustainable development progress. We all know it was initiated in 2015 and 2030. We are going to see the progress of sustainable development goals. So empowerment of women and youth in MSME sector also align closely with these sustainable development goals, particularly those related to gender equity, which is SDG Goal 5, and decent work and economic growth, which is SDG 8, and reducing inequality, that is Sustainable Development Goal 10. So by enhancing this inclusive participation, this MSME sector can drive sustainable economic development while addressing these global challenges. So strategies such as expanding access to financial resources, providing targeted training and mentorship, This all should really support to achieve this MSME along with the role of women and MSMEs. So women-led MSMEs, of course, over the time, we know there have been remarkable progress in integrating these women as well as the youth into these sector development. So initiation such as we know the microfinance schemes, skill development programs, e-commerce platforms, these all have enabled countless benefits to women and youth to engage in these MSMEs and launching new businesses and startups. So we are all the way we are encouraging women and youth to encourage new startups and businesses. It should be sustainable. So sustainable development, sustainable engagement only will lead to long-term economic growth and development of any country. So women-led SMEs have made remarkable contribution to sectors like textile, handicrafts, food processing and services. So many women entrepreneurs have also embraced digitalized platform nowadays, leveraging this e-commerce to reach these global markets. Likewise, youth entrepreneurs also leading the way in technological-driven MSMEs. So from vintage startups to sustainable agriculture enterprises, the ventures also demonstrate how fresh ideas can revolutionize traditional business models. Of course, we understand there are lots of women and youths who are really engaging in starting a new business and standing up their own feet. However, they have lots of barriers and challenges to continue their new businesses and startups. And we know all the way we, the university lecturers, we are not encouraging people to depend, our students depend on their, government to give employment opportunity, but we are always encouraging our students to stand on their own feet and to become an entrepreneur. But apart from that, of course, the women and youths always have some limitation. So women and youth often face difficulties in searching loans and investments due to different societal bias, lack of collateral and risk-averse attitudes to financial institutions. Of course, there's a skill gaps among these young entrepreneurs, especially, and even the women. Women are most vulnerable group. So, of course, getting a skill and experiencing a skill, of course, there's a challenge for women as well as these young entrepreneurs. There are lots of cultural barriers. I can tell you a story. The women as well as these young ladies, of course, have some cultural barriers to, start a new business or become an entrepreneur. So, actually, as you all know, I'm teaching Eastern University, we, the faculty. Every year, annually, we are organizing a conference along with industrial dialogue. Used to invite, different young entrepreneurs in different gender. So the last time we invited, of course, with indigenous medicine. She's following indigenous medicine. Parallelly, she's an entrepreneur producing some, natural face cream and oil, hair oil and all. When we asked her, what are the challenges really you are facing as a young woman entrepreneur? Of course, she's facing lots of cultural issues. Apart from financial things, she can manage because as I'm of course salute to the government of India and the Prime Minister to start these kind of VIKSIT program for the development of MSMEs and other initiations already taken to promote MSME sector and really understand the worth and the importance of this sector to the economical perspective as for the overall development. So likewise in Sri Lanka as well, there are lots of financial supports given to the young entrepreneurs as well as these women entrepreneurs. However, this cultural issue is of course a great challenge for them. So she said that her mother doesn't like to do this business, and all the way gelling towards her since the people are really encouraging their kids. I mean these elderly parents encourage them since they are worrying about the culture and they have to get a secure job in the government sector, and government sector is secure, and the respect women are starting a business and doing business is kind of a perspective is different. So this kind of cultural barriers should be removed. Then only these young women and even young entrepreneurs become lead in their business and really can support contribution to the country's economy. And of course we know we are now talking about these low participate women, less participation women in labor force, while encouraging these women in the involving in this entrepreneurship or to become a business women or entrepreneur, of course will support to encourage those participation as well and support to the country's economy. So in addition to that, the cultural barriers and social barriers, there are limited market access to local and global level for women as well as youths. They should have some more training and networks. So these kind of things over the time definitely we will see. So though they have lots of the potentials, we should unlock those potentials among these women and youth to increase the contribution of MSME sector and adapt these different multiple approaches. So in that way we have to promote financial inclusion, so strengthen the access to credit for women and youth to create dedicated funding schemes and expand training programs definitely focused on entrepreneurial, digital literacy, innovation, partnership, and we have to connect more, different organizations, private organizations to bridge these skill gap. And also, government must take different initiatives to design and implement gender-sensitive policies and youth-friendly initiations. So this index definitely, these all initiations definitely support to uplift this sector and the support to the economy as overall. And we have to leverage this digital platform, digital tools, and connect entrepreneurs to markets to streamline their operations. And so to awareness and social media. So they can also establish a network. We have to create different level of networks for these successful women and young entrepreneurs. This all can inspire new entrants. So mentorship programs, these also can address specific challenges and provide strategies. So we understand since there are significant role of women and youths in these MSME sectors development, they have lots of challenges, and we can propose a number of strategies to unlock their potentials. So ladies and gentlemen, empowering women and youth in the MSME sector is not just a moral imperative but an economic necessity. So by nurturing their entrepreneurial spirit, providing them with resources and breaking down societal barriers, we can unlock unprecedented opportunities for economic growth and societal progress. So imagine an MSME sector where every aspiring women entrepreneurs and young innovators has the tool to succeed. So imagine the triple effect of their success. So families will uplift, communities transformation, and economic revitalizations. So together we can make this vision a reality. So let us pledge today to champion the cause of women and youth in the MSME sector. Their success is our collective triumph. So the time management will take much time. So thank you very much for this organizing committee for giving me this great opportunity, as well as especially my special thanks goes to Professor Mustafa for giving me this great opportunity. Thank you very much everyone, and have a great day.
Thank you, ma'am, for that excellent speech. And ma'am focused on women and youth in MSME. She also said the importance of skill development for women and also how to increase women's participation in MSME and especially digital literacy, which is very important. May I now, thanks so much, ma'am. May I now request Dr. Suresh Babu, sir, to summarize this session's lectures.
Good afternoon to one and all. We had a very good plenary session one. First of all, I would like to thank Chairperson and all the three eminent speakers for their excellent presentation. Chairperson Dr. Ambalan sir, in his opening remarks, gave a very clear presentation on the unorganized sector and unemployment and reported the problems encountered by the employees in the unorganized sector. He emphasized the need to address the problems of workers, particularly gig workers in unorganized sector, because they are riding into an uncertain future. So there is a need to address the issues of workers in the unorganized sector. The first speaker, Dr. Professor Jafar, in his opening remarks, outlined the role of MSMEs and highlighted the important challenges faced by MSMEs. In his presentation, Sir focused on the role of startups and fintech companies in improving the performance of the MSME. Traditional financial institutions think that MSMEs are high-risk borrowers due to limited credit histories, insufficient documentation, and other collateral constraints. Startup and fintech companies have emerged as a game changer in addressing the financial gaps faced by MSMEs in India and other developing countries. He concluded by saying that MSMEs are not just businesses, they are the lifeblood of developing economics. Empowering them with timely and affordable finance is critical for inclusive growth. Thank you so much, sir, for enlightening us on the role of fintech and startup companies in the MSME sector. The next speaker, Professor Ravindra Rani. Sir actually focused on MSME and South African economy. So, sir said that MSMEs are contributing to all sectors in India. We were able to lift 350 million people out of poverty, but the per capita income of our country is much lower than many of the developed and developing countries. Per capita income of our country is at present is only $2,600. So at present we are only low middle income country, and to move to the upper middle income country category. So we expect that our country will move to upper middle income category by 2031. So to become a developed country, our per capita income should be more than $40,000. So it is a very challenging one. But sir also suggested ways to achieve the vision VIKSIT BHARAT at 2047. So to become a developed country, the growth rate of economy should be around 8%. And he said that demographic dividend is favor of our country. So we have to take the youth and women, and we have to utilize natural resources to achieve our goal of becoming a developed country by 2047 when we complete 100 years of independence. So the last speaker, Madam Jayaprada Suresh from Sri Lanka. So Madam delivered a wonderful lecture on empowering women and youth in the micro, small and medium enterprise sector, a pathway to sustainable development. In your opening remarks, Madam highlighted the economic significance of MSMEs. She emphasized the need for empowering youth and women within the MSME ecosystem in a strategic imperative that offers multifaceted benefits. She said that women-led MSMEs often bring a unique perspective to business operation, emphasizing community development, innovation, and sustainability. She concluded her presentation stating that empowering women and youth in the MSME sector is not merely a moral imperative tied to fairness and inclusivity. It is also an economic necessity with transparency potential. So from this session, we come to conclude that MSMEs are playing a very important role in the economic development of many countries, including China, South Africa, even in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka MSME sector contribute 52% of GDP. So, but in our country, the contribution of MSME to GDP is only 30%. We expect that we are trying to increase the contribution of MSME from 30% to 50%. So, we have to become a developed country by 2047. So we should give more attention for MSME sector. So government in the recent budget also, government has given lot of schemes for the development of MSME sectors. In the Union Budget 2025, Government of India announced a significant revision to the MSME classification criteria. Especially investment limits have been increased by 2.5 times and the turnover limits have been doubled. This expansion aims to empower MSMEs to scale up without losing out on crucial benefits and incentives, thus driving broader economic growth and employment. So with this, I conclude. I would like to thank Dr. Abdul Jamal for giving me an opportunity to be a discussion in this international seminar. Thank you, Ulula.
So thank you for summarizing this session with your crisp note, and also you gave your views. Thank you very much, sir. May I now request Dr. Rajasundan, sir, to give his final views and also to thank the dignitaries. Thank you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, very pleasant morning to all. First of all, I have to thank Professor Abdul Jamal and the organizing committee for giving this very great opportunity to be a rapporteur for this plenary session 1. And I also thank the management of this great institution who gave the fullest cooperation and support for the organizing committee and the Department of Economics for organizing such a wonderful event, inviting dignitaries from various universities across the country. I'm really happy about this. Here, the plenary session 1 has initiated with a brief speech from our chair, Dr. P. Anbalagan, Associate Professor of Economics, Presidency College, Chennai, Tamil Nadu, who gave excellent introduction about the topic. I have to thank you, sir. Thank you so much for giving such a wonderful speech. In addition, you have chaired the session very beautifully so that everything went so smooth and well. We have enjoyed the session. And I have to thank Dr. S. Karimala Basho and Dr. K. Malati for her role as a co-chair, inviting every dignitary in the dais to give to deliver the speech in an excellent way. Thank you very much, madam. And I thank Professor Dr. A. Jafar, Professor of Commerce, Department of Accountancy and Finance, Eastern University of Sri Lanka, who gave and delivered his speech on startups on fintech. That's a very beautiful, the way you have presented is really excellent. It's a very informative speech that we all enjoyed. Thank you very much, Professor. And our second speaker, Professor Dr. Suresh, who comparatively studied on South Africa with India. And the way he interpreted, that's really very enjoying. Without any hesitation, he pointed out some important articulate way of expression. The way we enjoyed is each and every point you have highlighted is so much of benefits, though we have in our country, but still we lack so much comparative to the South Africa, even the European countries. Whether it is youth population or the per capita income, we have to put more effort on that. Thank you so much, sir, for your excellent speech. And our third speaker, Dr. Ravindra Arena, very diversified speech. She focused on the role of women on MSMEs. In India, what are the areas women are flourishing and how far the MSMEs can be do much more better when we give more participation to the women. Thank you so much, madam. You have done a very great job. And I thank Professor Dr. N. Suresh Babu, Associate Professor, Department of Economics, Presidency College, who very beautifully summarized all the speakers and their speeches and their papers. Thank you so much, sir. You have done a very great job. With that, I believe that the plenary session and the discussions take over here. They have justified with a different way of topics, different dimensions. They have done a very great job. Thank you so much for all the dignitaries, and I also thank all the participants for their patience listening. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chair, co-chairs, speakers, discussion rapporteur. Lunch is arranged for participants at the NMC Hall, just beside this auditorium, and for dignitaries it's arranged at IQSC of the new college, IQSC Hall. Thank you. Plenary session 2 will begin by 2:15 p.m. Thank you.